What's going down, you potatoes? Feels like a while since I've said that. I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, aka King Potato, and welcome back to InformOverload. If this is your first time here, I'm not explaining the joke. Sorry. We make the news more fun, entertaining, a little cringy, and very informative. If you guys aren't already subscribed, be sure to hit that button right now. I'll wait. I'll actually wait for you guys to do it. Okay, you guys should be done by now. You really shouldn't take that long to press a button. Follow the IO team on Instagram so you guys can always stay up to date with us, and drop us some comments below with your thoughts on the video. I've got some great comments to reply to at the end of this one, so let's just get into it. But we're not going to skip through the story to get to the comments because that's why we're here. Just listen to the video. President Donald Trump wanted to blow up hurricanes with nuclear bombs. But did he really? An American news website, Axios.com, published an article claiming President Donald Trump suggested the idea more than once that the government could use nuclear bombs on forming hurricanes before they hit land. While at the G7 summit, Trump responded to the article, tweeting out, I quote, "The story by Axios that President Trump wanted to blow up large hurricanes with nuclear weapons prior to reaching shore is ridiculous. I never said this, just more fake news." End quote. Or I guess tweet in this case. According to this article, during a briefing which took place at the White House, Trump allegedly said something along the lines of, I quote, I got it. Why don't we nuke them? They start forming off the coast of Africa. As they're moving across the Atlantic, we drop a bomb inside the eye of the hurricane and it disrupts it. Why can't we do that? End quote. Now that quote was actually paraphrased according to a source who was there. Apparently after Trump made the statement, the briefer was knocked back on his heels according to the same source. The article also outlines how Trump suggested the idea back in 2017, and although he didn't use the word nuclear, the article reports he did talk about bombing the hurricanes before they reached land. An idea that of course never went anywhere. The article also included a response from the White House which claims a senior administration official said, I quote, "We don't comment on private discussions that the president may or may not have had with his national security team." End quote. Following up on Trump's fake news tweet, Jonathan Swan, who wrote the article, stood by his claims, tweeting out, I stand by every word in the story. He said this in at least 2 meetings during the first year and a bit of the presidency, and one of the conversations was memorialized. End quote. He followed up this tweet with, I quote, not to mention that we gave the White House press team full visibility of everything. We were reporting 9 hours before publication. We published their statement in the story, end quote. Or again, I guess tweet in this case. Now of course, the sources in this article have remained anonymous, so I personally have a hard time believing whether or not it's legit. There's no photo evidence as of this recording, just an article claiming anonymous sources said that Trump said something. It seems like a long game of broken telephone. And we also got to take into consideration this is also on the heels of Trump seeking re-election in a little over a year. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm also not saying that it's not false. I'm not really too sure what to say other than I need more evidence regarding the situation to give my personal opinion. But of course, I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below, so please let me know your thoughts. I don't know. Just kind of, like, at some point, we gotta give this guy a break. You know, I'm not a huge fan of the president, but with that being said, if an article came out saying that someone said something which was paraphrased by someone else who, you know, you don't even know who that person is, it's a little far-fetched. Now it's also fair to mention this isn't the first time someone has flirted with the idea of bombing hurricanes. Back in 1961, Francis W. Reichelderfer, we're gonna say back in 1961, Francis W.R., head of the US Weather Bureau, said in a speech at the National Press Club regarding hurricanes, I quote, imagine the possibility someday of exploding a nuclear bomb on a hurricane far at sea, end quote. However, he did follow it up by saying they wouldn't take action with the idea until we know what we're doing. In fact, this idea of nuking hurricanes has become so popular, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has an entire page dedicated to why they can't do it. In it, they explain there's no way of knowing for sure which waves or disturbances in the water are going to form into full-fledged hurricanes, and the shockwave from the bomb could still affect us on land. Most importantly of all, the radiation that would also be spewed into the air and water also wouldn't fare well, and the amount of energy a fully developed hurricane releases is no match for that of a nuclear bomb, meaning that we'd have to, I guess, drop multiple nuclear bombs in a hurricane, which would probably be deadly for a lot of people and animals and fish, and also cost a lot of money. It's not worth it. Either way, it's safe to say the US government won't be throwing nuclear bombs or bombs of any kind at hurricanes in the near future. Whether or not Trump actually suggested it, well, I don't know if we'll ever actually know for sure. As of now, it seems like a game of he said, she said. I mean, you could argue why wouldn't the White House deny the claim when responding to the article the way President Trump did? But if they did, just imagine the amount of backlash they'd receive of people saying they're just covering for President Trump. Seems kind of like a lose-lose in this situation. As always, you guys gotta let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on all of this. I will say if I run for president in 2020, my slogan would be, vote Bronstein 2020. He won't bomb hurricanes. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm half American, so technically I think I could run. Alright guys, time to read some comments from the video. We are finally going back to the moon in 4 years. Marlar House said, how can we fake going back to the moon again if Kubrick isn't around anymore? Well, we got other great directors like Spielberg and Michael Bay. I feel like Michael Bay can make a sick rendition of us landing on the moon again. Ryan Conlon said, get a McDonald's on the moon. Wonder if a baby will ever be born on the moon. Well, I think before McDonald's, probably throw a Starbucks in there. Like, okay, first thing in the morning, do you wake up and say, oh, I really need some McDonald's? Or do you wake up and say, need a coffee? Duh. HX Network said, in before, but we never went to the moon in the first place, comments. There were a lot of those comments. But I will say, guys, well, if I ever run for president of the moon, you guys can bet your behinds I'll be putting a Starbucks in every corner. Probably is already a Starbucks on the moon. They have Starbucks everywhere. Anyways, guys, that does it for this one. Be sure to give this video a good old thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Of course, let me know your thoughts on whether or not you think this is legit. Did President Trump actually suggest bombing hurricanes or not? You guys gotta let me know in the comments down below what you think. Be sure to subscribe so you guys never miss a video. Follow the entire IO team on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next video.